Hello, dear Philip Mudd in CNN. You guys are recorded, confessed, and demonstrated with the intelligence community, meaning the judicial branch, judges and prosecutors, and their personal family members, little kids, politicians, they're little kids, mayors, they're little kids. Their sense and sensibilities, using James Austin's phrase. They've been using cases and using little kids to go and tell on other little kids to put fake things in databases so they can pretend it's the truth that person was upset about something or something. So for sequence shifts, they're fabricating whole conversations with people through lives, and they're increasingly stacking fake instances into databases with this. Now, so you guys, every time there's something bad, you guys are on there. Oh, I know, I've seen it. I've seen it with the intelligence community. It's these people going after this or that. You guys have physical delusions. You guys are victims. You guys are better than that as humanity, but you guys have been long criminally foreign influence. So no one spoke for Hartford. No one spoke for New York City. No one spoke for black and white, but they need to pretend other because they need to pretend they're worth their integrity as their titles. As the statutes of law tell us to give credibility to them in courts. So they've been increasingly hiding, exploiting that by pretending not to understand people outside of courts. So you have a Leahy family, you have the intelligence community, the FBI, CIA, associated also with doctors of mental health, involved with various natures of courts, and the judges and family members personally, criminally kept needing to hide live aggressions because they were involved with locations, predicate acts, serious sequence shifts, and falsified police reports and other mail crimes, wire crimes with people. There's a Leahy family who has a little girl. They have little boys and little girls in their family using other people's names that they attach their family members, attach people to fake conversations with. Doctors with badges involved with judges and prosecutors, personally, criminally, with drug cliques. The heroin problem and the cocaine problems. There are many ways we're recorded juxtaposed with their roles with Afghanistan families here, on off Trinity College, on off houses on Zion Street, involved with drugs crimes with a Leahy family, and with people with Wethersfield police chief, his daughter, police chief years ago, involved with a house on my street, house/S on my street. Ones that aren't even living here anymore, like an O'Brien family and a D. Simone family. Involved also with the ones that are still on the street that Wethersfield police recorded, confessed, and demonstrated the Cololo family is involved with them with predicate acts through time. Now they don't even know about it too. They're being forced to roles. This is also recorded, confessed, demonstrated, confirmed. They're trying to bring up subjects and conversate. When they're playing stupid, they're pretending to have a difference between me and the neighbors. All exceptions in exception nature, where I might have might have real differences in really the instances they brought up. No. And so, in other words, my differences with other people have differences with other people that are nothing like they describe, because the whole time they're playing stupid, pretending they don't understand people, and they're doing that because they're faking conversations to do so. There's a Leahy family that had whole detailed conversations with me about legal cases and about my family, about things that they totally made up lies about all the things that really happened, but changed everything. And then they just made things up too. In other words, they have fake conversations with me and doctors about that. These are the ones personally involved with judges forging and switching names with prosecutors. And with the prosecutors have their kids involved criminally too. There's a Brian Silver. And there's a Christine Bedard. And there's a Christine Tardet, and there were other people with the name Christine recorded, confessed, and demonstrated all along Route 3 in Wethersfield, intercities, on and off New Britain Superior Court, and on and off Hartford locations, involved with predicate acts with judges and prosecutors, and people that work with New Britain Superior Court through time. They also have the Facebook pages of the campuses. They also have the Facebook pages of New Britain Superior Court and of Wethersfield Police Department, and the FBI. And the CIA and state police, military Facebook pages involved with cover-ups. These are people making conspiracy theories about people actually using credible information. So we have a mental incompetence with the mental health experts, And now that is recorded thousands of ways, countless ways. So, I didn't have time to do a Martin Luther King video, but that's why no one ever did him justice. No one ever does him justice. You know, in other words, Martin Luther King was giving a speech one time. I saw a clip on CNN, and he said, well, we're not going to be afforded the finite. In other words, the details, true, with the small details. And the more and more you're not afforded he didn't say this, I don't know if he said, but he was going to, the more you're not afforded uses of the finite short words, details, correlations words, correlation/discorrelation correlations words. The more you are prevented free speech, the more you are not just prevented free speech. The more you are forced to entertain speech and to use speech abridged, and then to defend that. And now this is associated with all these methods of forging names, switching names, falsified police reports, therefore recorded consciously, exploitation of recorded sick, demented statutes and readings of them originally and still. So you're pretending passions and emotions. You're in an isolated position, Philip Mudd, and all the men and women. And then the women do it too, sickly distinctly. In other words, offensively pretending passions and emotions. Oh, these are the extremists. You're using their words too, extremists and radicalism, while with those physical delusions with them. So you better make sure you get the judges' names on paper now. And we're going to have them speak about my behavior, because that's also recorded. They're lying about people's behavior. And so you guys are on television every day making allegations against people. You guys are putting back and forth and pretending there's you guys are controlling subjects in a way that is in collusion with that which was originally and still sick, preventing science from free speech, from liberating people. Instead, you have their lack of liberation blamed on isms, because you guys are sick. Isms don't answer science. This will. You follow mandated law, and you say you're sorry to President Trump. Now you say you're sorry to President Obama. They start fighting with each other. You tell them to say sorry to everyone together.